You do not need a 2-hour morning routine. Today we're talking mornings. If you always wake up feeling behind, you're always snoozing that alarm, this one's for you. Welcome back to Seriously, the Claudia Project, where we talk lifestyle, motherhood, motivation, and all things in between on how to be your best self. I know for me, for a long time, I was like rushing around in my mornings with no real plan, and I always got things done, so I never thought it was something I really needed to spend time on. But I always felt so chaotic running out of my house, and then I would get in my car halfway down the street and realize I had forgotten something, and this was only amplified when we had Ashton. So you think you can like pull it together, but once you add another person in it, your schedule completely changes. Like, when do you make your eggs? When do you make your coffee? When do you have time for yourself before you get another person together? And so when it first happened, I thought, oh, I'll just add an extra hour before and I'll make it happen. Doesn't happen, and I wasn't preparing myself, and so I never had a list, and I never had an idea of what the real goal was. It's just kind of moving around like a crazy person, and you're watching this video, so I know that you too feel this same way. So today we're going to be talking through tips and tricks on how you can become maybe not a 5 a.m. riser, but definitely start owning your mornings in a way that makes you feel good. Decision fatigue. There's a lot of things that have to happen before you get out of your house, and so the less you have to spend on making decisions the morning of, the more calm your morning will feel. One, your brain's not all the way awake yet. You haven't done many things, and so you're still just like waking up your thoughts, even if you're a morning person just like me. So you have to give yourself time to like wake up, be prepared all the way. These steps will help you kind of get there in a way that I think will make you feel more comfortable. So let's get into these secrets, right? I know that's why you're here. So 5 secrets that I think will be helpful for you to conquer the morning and then feel better about yourself. 1, and you know what I'm going to say because I say this all the time here. Prep the night before. So listen, I usually record these episodes in the morning, but I realize that we are back in our season, and so tomorrow we have practice starting at 6 a.m. So there's a way I could record this in the morning, but it just doesn't make any sense. So here I am the night before. I was going through my list. I'm like, okay, what time am I going to wake up to record the episode tomorrow? Impossible. So I'm recording it the night before. Cross it off the list. I'm probably going to go ahead and edit and get it uploaded. That way I just don't even have to worry about it. That's one thing that's a priority to me. So I've already done it. I'm going to lay out my clothes as soon as that's finished. That way I don't even have to think about what I'm going to wear tomorrow. I've tried on quite a few of my clothes, so I'm going to go with an outfit that I know is going to feel good, so I don't have to worry about that so much. Pack your lunch. So these are all things I'm going to do tonight. I have the list written out already. What are you going to eat tomorrow? Do you know, like, are you going to lunch with someone tomorrow? Just like plan out your lunch so that you're not like scrambling at your desk and then you end up spending $25 on food that you don't really want without really thinking about your budget. And so as much as you can do the night before to prepare yourself for the next day, go ahead and put your coffee in the coffee maker. Go ahead and rinse out your cup. Speaking of, where's my coffee cup at? I think it's sitting on my desk. Dang it. So things to think about, right? So save the brain power and set yourself up for success tomorrow. That's number 1. Number 2, move first, scroll later. So I'm still working on this one, but I think it's something that we both should challenge ourselves to, and that's waking up without looking at your phone. For me, I'm not like really looking so much at social media, but just seeing how many of you have watched episodes, have we gained any subscribers overnight, like those kind of things. But I need to get in a better habit of just like waking up, letting myself like stretch it out a little bit, drink water before I check my phone. It just stresses you out, puts you on high alert on like how you can be better, things you can change. And so let's think about, these are all just like small habits and helpful tips. Let's think about waking up with your alarm and then not getting on social media immediately. Speak to your partner, maybe call your mom, call somebody, I don't know, brush your teeth before you open social media app, start treating it like it's its own person, because at this point, really it is. Moving on past that, but give yourself 5 to 10 minutes, stretch, walk around, do something before you get to your phone outside of turning your alarm off. Number 3, build non-negotiable routine stacks. So I drink a cup of water, I do my skincare, I do gratitude, whatever they are for you. For me, it's like I wake up, I brush my teeth. Well, I drink water, I brush my teeth, I do my skincare. Those are the 3 things that I'm trying to have be non-negotiables for me in the morning. All of those things are very, very short. I've talked about this in past videos. I'm not someone who can really lean into anything that's going to take a ton of time. And so I have to make sure all of my goals in the morning are very, very short. That way I actually do them. I don't feel overwhelmed. And then I just don't skip them for days on end. And you can do that too. Now, if you're someone who loves a 30-minute skincare routine in the morning before work, more power to you, but just make sure that you stack it with other things so that you can continue to work on habits. Like, are you making your bed every day? Add that one in. Very easy. I brush my teeth. I make my bed before I get dressed. That way, you don't have to even think about what you're going to do from one space to another. It's just checking boxes off because you know it's something that you do every single day. Time block your morning. So this is something that I have definitely been leaning into, and the time blocks, I don't necessarily put them on my calendar. I found that writing them down makes me feel far less stressed than a Google Calendar going off every 15 minutes. That just stresses me out. But I have big things that have to be done. So the podcast has to be finished being uploaded by 7:15. I have to be ready to go and be waking Ashton up by 7:30, and then we have to be out of the house by 7:45. Everything needs to happen before then. So I messed up earlier last week. Last week I messed up and started making my eggs crazy late. So then I couldn't. It was just a mess. It was a mess. So I had to figure out while I'm editing the podcast in the mornings, which I think I might move to the evenings because I don't hate this so much. But while I was editing my podcast in the morning, I would put my eggs on, set a timer for 15 minutes, and that should have been enough time to finish the eggs and then also make sure that the podcast goes up. But needless to say, give yourself timelines. That way you know when you're supposed to leave, when you're supposed to be doing things. And soft timelines, I think, on paper, so it's not so jarring first thing in the morning. 5 is create a micro moment for you. So it's really, really easy, especially if you have a family, to let yourself not be a part of the process. And you need to find time in the morning where it's just you and yourself and taking care of yourself, whether that's listening to a podcast, listening to your favorite playlist, the ritual of making your coffee and making sure that you have all of the steps and you take the time and you're not rushing and that you get to really enjoy. I don't know, maybe you have one of those fancy espresso machines and you ground the beans and do the whole thing. I'm a Folgers girl. Very easy. Throw it in the Keurig. I'm still a Keurig user, even though we have an espresso, but I don't use it. Coffee's too strong for me personally. That's a side note. But take time in the morning for things that you enjoy. That way, before you just start giving and giving and giving things away to other people, you've taken a moment for yourself, which is super important. Let's go through these steps. Things that you're going to think about, okay? We're prepping the night before. We're going to move first before we scroll. Just take a stretch, girl. Just 5 seconds. Well, 5 minutes really, but move those shoulders around. We're building non-negotiables for your routine stack. So what is it that you have to absolutely get done and what order are you going to do it in? Blocking out your morning so that you know exactly where you should be. That way, if you're doing something, maybe your coffee routine's a little late and you're all right, I got to make up time here so that I can actually hit to leave in my house on time so I'm not speeding down 75, stressing myself out. And then create a micro moment for yourself. Playlist, podcast, whatever those things are that make you happy. Let's put all of it together and how it looks. So for me, I've told you already, I'm definitely prepping the night before so that I feel less stressed out. I really don't even have to think in the morning. I know exactly what needs to happen. And tomorrow I'm going to try really hard not to scroll first. So you guys hold me accountable in these comments. Ask me about it because I definitely am going to try my best to do that. All of these things will help you feel less stressed. And that's why I'm doing them. You could definitely wake up and not have a plan, but it just made me feel so anxious in a way that I didn't even realize was happening, and I wasn't prepared, and because of that, everything throughout my day just kind of felt disheveled because that's how I was entering my day. You do not need a 2-hour morning routine. You do not have to get up at 4:30 to do anything. In other videos, we've talked about adding in 20 to 30 minute walking before you get ready. And those are all great tips if you have already mastered this piece. So this is the first part of mastering your morning routine. And once you get these small tips down, then we can start adding in other things to spruce it up. turn that morning routine into a hot girl morning routine by adding just a little sizzle, right? But for now, you only need about 30 minutes to make that shift, to do all of these things, make sure that you're good to go. And then like 10 minutes the night before to like lay out things, get your lunch together, and make sure that you're set up for success in the morning. That way you can kill it. I hope that this helped you. If it did, please like, comment, and share with someone else. We are growing slowly but surely over here, and we're so excited to just be getting to talk to you guys and motivating each other to be our very, very best. So have a wonderful day, and we will see you seriously here again tomorrow. Bye.